thanks to the care that I received at the Van Alslander Cancer Center at St. John's Health. I have been blessed. I have been blessed. So it's time to give back. Rosalba, she lost her brother to breast cancer, so this is in his honor for Nick. This is for Nick today. So if everybody today could say a little prayer as we walk in Nick's behalf, we would really appreciate it. I am overwhelmed at the response that we had for our first annual Pink and Blue Walk for a Cure, United for a Cure. I can't remember right now because I'm all confused. Then you get the picture. We do have a male breast cancer survivor here, Lyle, who'll be talking briefly for a second. Our plan is to start where those balloons are there. We're going to go 1.5 miles, turn around, there'll be water over there, come back. We have snacks up here for you to help yourselves too. Oh wait, hold on, my paper's mixed up. I want to thank Jeff Harkop and Kim, they're dear friends of ours who sponsored Attorney at Law, Hollywood Cabinets, the Lymphoma Clinic of Michigan, Dr. El-Khatib, Metro Detroit Boar's Head, Michigan Center of Gynecological Cancer, that's Dr. Solomon and Dr. Morris, Michigan North Macomb Radiation Oncology, that is the radiation oncology that is at 23 Mile, because we do now have a satellite at 23 Mile that a lot of these doctors are at, including the lab that's there too, and a pharmacy. Right, Lisa? Okay. I would like to thank my husband, Royal Oak Ford, Paul Shamo at Taylor Ford, Steve Sleem at Sano Aventis, Tim Horton, Sterling Heights, Universal Parking. Ed is here. He's the manager of the parking. Thanks for coming. He's the manager of the ballets at St. John. Dr. Cheryl Leeson, Michigan Breast Specialist. They're also 23 Mile and the Van Alslander Cancer Center, and Wonderlick Securities. Those are people that we'd like to thank that were sponsors for us. We would appreciate when you're going to buy a car, you need an attorney, you need fruit and vegetables. Please give the in-kind our Better Mate, Kroger, Nina Savaggio, Party Adventure, Pepsi, and Vincent Joe's Fruit Market. We appreciate the donations that they have given us today. I'd also like... Thank you. We have a sign over here with donators that are $100 plus, those sorts, but we want to get the walk started, so I'm not going to go through all that. I want to thank Lori Lipa. She is the director of the Van Alslander Cancer Center. For when I came to her for this idea, she didn't think I was crazy. Rebecca Palin, she's our social worker. She's been, I can't even thank her enough for all the ideas and help that she's given us. Sherry Licata from St. John Foundation. I'd like to thank Maria Marino. She's a fitness coordinator for the Macomb Township Rec Center. Rosalba Pasella, of course. We love her. She's the best. Grace Morello, Diane Marconi, Diane Morelli, and all of our volunteers. We have a St. Lawrence cheer team that is actually coached by one of my daughter's cheer partners back in high school, so that's kind of cool. So with this, I say thank you for everything, for your support. I hope that you will never be faced with a diagnosis of any kind of cancer, but if you are, there are wonderful people in the St. John Health Facility to take care of you. I'd also like to just make a side note. We do have MedStar here. Tracy is Lyle's daughter. She is a paramedic. MedStar's right here. If there's any kind of medical emergency, my son also, Vito, I can't find him right now. Oh, there he is. Vito, raise your hand. He's a Macomb Township firefighter. So,
okay. To do this walk today, so I'm very pleased with their support for me in this event. You know, when I preach or when I do public speaking engagements, I always try and put humor in it. And I was thinking of something, humorous to say today. And there's several things that I could. But you know, this is really not the time for humor, because there's nothing funny about breast cancer. There's nothing funny about breast cancer, especially when so many women have been stricken with that disease. And even though they have made tremendous strides in treatments and diagnosis and so forth, the fact is, we still got a long way to go. And it's you people that have come out today that are going to help us find a cure for this disease. Now, I'm standing here as a male breast cancer survivor. It's been 4 years. And the reason that I am doing this is because this organization, above all, has an emphasis on pointing out the fact that men get breast cancer. You know, you hear so much about women. There is so much written in medical journals, on television, so many different sponsored events, and so forth. And if men get mentioned, it may be as a footnote at the end of whatever it is they're doing. And men, I want to tell you something. Don't bury your head in the sand. How many of you women, just out of curiosity, how many of you women, if you would raise your hand, have trouble getting your husband to go to a doctor? Raise your hand. Okay, for every one of you that just raised your hand, I suggest that Monday morning you call your insurance agent and double his insurance. Because you can't stick your head in the sand. It's there. It's real. And I cannot express to you the feeling that I felt when I was sitting on that examining table in that doctor's office and he told me that I had breast cancer. There is no words to describe it. And there's no one here that could understand it unless you have experienced that same thing. And so the only thing that I can say is kudos to everyone who has sponsored this event. I am delightful at how many people have showed up. And I hope that someday that we're going to find a cure for this disease. And my heart-warm feeling goes out to all the women who've been stricken with this disease. But also, people, please, let's get the word out that men get it too. At this time, I'd like to turn the mic over to Rosalba Pacella.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rosalba. I'm the founder of Team Angels Breast Cancer Foundation. And Team Angels was formed in the year 2000. And most of you that know me know how it happened. However, the ones of you that don't know me, I would like to share with you that God does work in mysterious ways. I happened to go to the library one day and saw a brochure that read Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. That was in the year 2000. I picked one up. I took it home to read. I decided to form a team. I named the team Team Angels. Before you knew it, I had about 35 of my friends, family members that were helping me raise funds for breast cancer research. And before you know it, our team grew. Kroger in Michigan got involved. Manette Perry, which she was the president of Kroger in Michigan, got involved, and she had 200 T-shirts printed out for our team, for Team Angels. So we all walked a Belle Isle together to raise funds. We raised $25,000 in 3 weeks, and that was unbelievable. And since then, I formed the foundation, and I've had so many wonderful people in my path that have helped me to get to where Team Angels is today. I have such a great group of friends that support me, and they give up so much of their time to do, whatever Team Angels need to do. I lost my brother to breast cancer, as Lyle said, and he was only 37 years old when he got diagnosed. Nobody knew about male having breast cancer, and the doctor told him not to worry about it because it was nothing, not to worry about it. However, he got a hernia, had to have surgery, and they told him, my brother said, I want this removed. I'm a breast, so they did that. They removed it, and right away they said that it was cancer. He struggled and fought for probably 13 years, from breast cancer to brain tumors to cancer in his spine. He was a fighter and an inspiration to me and to so many people. And I know that he's watching over me as, Team Angels keeps on growing and more people are getting involved. And this is our first annual. And to look around and see, so many people, it's unbelievable. And I thank God again for blessing me with so many people. I'm also a great believer that God is in control. It doesn't matter what we do and say, what God wants, that's what's going to happen. So this is my brother. I had his picture in my pocket this morning, and as me and Diane Marchioni, a good friend of mine, were tying balloons, one of the balloons it didn't just flow out of my hand. It just got detached from the string, and it just went all alone into the sky. So to me, that was my sign that my brother is watching over us. Again, thank you so much. Whether you're here, most of us have been touched by cancer in one way or the other. Maybe you're here because you're a breast cancer survivor. Maybe you're here because your mother, your sister, your friend has breast cancer, a co-worker. I just want to thank you again and know that you are making a difference just by being here. And God bless you, and may you always have an angel by your side. Thank you.
Ready to walk? Yeah. Okay, Rosalba, Pam, would you guys take the honors of leading the walkers?
No, we're going to have one stretch. We're going to have to stretch.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Sure, come on, Chester. Let's go walk.
Did you just turn on the light?
But you left your door wide open.
Oh.
Sorry. Go. C-U-R-E, race with care, race with care. C-U-R-E, race with care, race with care. Let's go!
Aww.
Hey, let's go! Race with the care, race with the care. C-U-R-E, race with the care, race with the care. Oh my God! Okay, hold on.
I got my brother's picture.
Okay, here you go. Here, then I'm gonna take pictures.
Here, ladies. Right. Stand there close. 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay. You're all done. Can I release it now?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. How are you?
Got it?
Hi. Rosalba.
Thank you.